Hey guys, hey everyone, hoi allemaal. So today I'm, having a different view. I'm on my, you could say balcony or rooftop terrace, but that just depends on your view. It's on a rooftop, so it's a rooftop terrace, but it's also of the kitchen on the first floor. So it's both, but today I'm going to be trimming down the clematis that we have along the fence line in pots and just doing some general trimming. And yeah, for the clematis, it's the first time I'm doing it this rough, but it says so on the tags, so just something I'm also a little bit scared about, but let me show you. My little helper is also with me. Hey Snoop. And there are 10 bins. Ooh. This is one part of it. That's the flower bed I weeded first in a couple of videos ago, just to give you a reference point. And there are some yucca from my mother-in-law that are now outside. They were in this area inside to give them some protection, but this is the first bin that has two jasmine plants in them. So one, and that's two. They were doing very well. This grass on the other end is not. It was too wet for them, but we're going to replace them, so I'm going to be pulling that out. This is a clematis in here. I think I'm going to be trimming down. I just need to see the tags and stuff. This is a salvia, which is, yes, this one is already showing signs of life. Its neighbor is not. Also some weeds, and this is the drip line that gets water inside of here. Another clematis, the same salvias as in the other bin, also showing signs of life, so need trimming. This is another clematis, lavender, more lavender, and that's also lavender, lavendel in Dutch, but these weren't thriving in here, so I'm also going to be taking those out, since the bins were just too wet, unfortunately. Same goes for that one. This is I'm not sure what it is in English, but I save all the tags. So this is my there it is, my bin of tags. Let's see. Lonicera, in Dutch we say kamperfoelie, which also needs trimming. So I'm going to be referring to this to see if I need trimming, because for example this one, let's see in which bin we are. This is in 6. Okay, 3, 4. So that's that one that doesn't need trimming right now. Let's see on the tag, it says in the 6th season. Well, not in 6th season, 6 months. So it's March now, so not until later, but yeah. So the lonicera in those, and that's another clematis which died, and some duifkruid. Don't know the English, but yeah, we'll get to trimming, and I'll try and show you what I do. So this is the first bin. I'm not going to be trimming down the 2 jasmines. It says, well, it doesn't need it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be removing the grasses because they are looking sad, and yeah. That's 1. 9 more to go. So this clematis I'm going to be pruning, and I'm not really sure how much, but that doesn't say in the tag, but I'm just going to just trim it down, because this is the leader, first stem, and I can already see growth, so I'm just going to maybe just cut it so this can regrow again. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to be going through every one of the bins and just getting rid of all the stuff. Look, there's life already here. And here even more. Same goes for these guys. And in the time lapse, the loincera, the campofuli, I didn't trim too hard. I just looked at some of the twigs and said, hey, is it dead or not, or anything else, or do I like the way it's growing? And that I just trimmed away. I didn't trim much on that one because that one got a big blow last season, and since it got a lot of aphids. And then I did some research on aphids, and apparently they don't like the smell of herbs like sage. So I planted some sage, not to use as an herb, just to keep the bugs away, and it seems to help. So probably in the bins which got the lavender removed, I'll also put some salvia in those to help with that. And I will put the lavender in separate bins, which I did show on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago that I got them, some terracotta colored containers. And in case you were wondering what I was doing with all the plants I ripped out, I made it easy on myself and put a wheelbarrow below and just dumped them in. So every container got a clean out. Things that needed a trim. I trimmed down according to the instructions. And if there weren't any instructions, I was like, not too much, but just give it a boost for this coming season. And there were a lot of buds already, and it is very bright outside, thus meaning it's also quite warm in the sun. But now my final step is just to add some cocoa shells on some of the on the top, especially on the ones that I've removed the plants, because the cat, which probably made an appearance somewhere in this video, likes to dig and do his dirty stuff, so we need to prevent that. And maybe I was a bit too early in removing all the plants, but I was like sad looking at them and I was like, no, they need to go. So cocoa shells, and I probably won't do time lapse because batteries are low and I'm like too lazy to charge everything. So I'll just give you or just make a final shot and show you the cocoa shells on the soil. Gosh, English is hard today. So all the containers got a layer of cocoa shells. Which I watered in, and like this bin, for example, is really dry, so I give it an extra watering. And yeah, and now we wait because it's snail, no. Snails love this lupin, and last year there were a couple of big ones in here and they had babies, and so there were a lot of them. So I'm slowly trying to get rid of them. Just a little side note, in case you were wondering what this is some isolation we put inside all of the containers so that they have a little bit more protection during the winter time, and it seemed to have worked. Since this winter we had temperatures during the day of -5 on average, and it got as low as -15. So, and everything in all the bins survived. So as you can see, there are buds on this Lonceria everywhere. So here it's getting even bigger. So yeah, it worked. So that was it for this video. I hope it gave you some courage to also just go at it and don't be afraid to get rid of plants. And the lavender that I took out, I will be replacing, like I said, but in different containers that are not on on the irrigation system that we have up here, so that they can dry out a little bit more, since I like that, and hopefully they will thrive in that. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye everyone. Dag allemaal.